What's cracking with you people? Anansi here, and welcome back to the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. In the last one, well, we made it across the drawbridge after making our way from the soldiers' mess hall, only for the drawbridge to collapse the moment we got done with it. Oh dear, it's a good thing we got across that bridge real fast, or else that would have been a very, very, very bad fall. In this one, we're going to continue onward because Farah cannot unlock the door for us to get through, and hopefully meet up with her at a later date. So, just drop down here. I know what you're thinking. There's no way you can drop down here, right? Well, you're actually supposed to. My bad. Okay, so here we are now. I believe you can get a better vantage point. Okay, so that was a little too far off. But we do need to drop down here, because we need to get to here and jump. That's how that one worked. Okay. I'll admit, this puzzle usually messes me up. I say puzzle. This platforming section usually messes me up because of the camera perspective. And that is, I've noticed, has always been a problem with 3D platformer games. Especially games like the Prince of Persia that make heavy, heavy use of the camera. And Prince of Persia and POP, the Sands of Time, however you want to pronounce it, does a very good job. I was about to say a very good job of making use of perspective, but in all honesty, okay, so that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay. So I think what it is, you're supposed to realize that you can't really do that. And I think you're supposed to slowly jump your way down. So we're gonna go ahead and get back. I only got 3 more tries of this. But it does make excellent use of perspective, at least when making things seem cinematic. But I don't think the level design, or at the very least, given the constraints of the time, do a good job in conveying what it is you're supposed to do. Okay. So we don't have a lot of time, so I guess I gotta drop down from here and keep it pushing. Right, you don't have a lot of time, so you really gotta make use of this. So yeah, they're not playing around with you anymore when it comes to gotta get that jump just right. I always struggle with getting the jump. You don't want to go all the way up. Okay, I'm dead. I'm dead. Good thing we saved.
No, that didn't.
So anytime you die and run out of sands, he says, no, that's not what happened. He always corrects and says, I didn't die. That's not how this worked. But it does make, at least in my opinion, decent use of perspective. The only problem is that as you saw there, it doesn't really convey via the level design exactly what you're supposed to do, because you're kind of encouraged throughout the game that anytime you have to wall climb or wall jump, you're supposed to wall jump or wall climb up. It's very rare that you ever go down without, there being a a ledge for you to grab. Okay, so I really gotta get my timing right there. So we're gonna go ahead and go all the way back to the beginning. Um, so that's the one issue that I will knock Prince of Persia for, because that ledge right there looks like a ledge you can just what's the look for here? There we go. That's much better. It does look like a ledge that you can just straight up grab onto, but you can't.
I'm up here! Down below, there's a great open balcony. Come on, I'll show you.
Easy for you to say.
But yeah, no, I just feel like that. Let's see here. Can I climb down this? Let's see here. Okay, yeah, there's a ledge right there. You see, like, because it's usually like, okay, if you gotta go down, here's a ledge for you to grab onto. Not the case with not the case. Not the case with that last section. So while it does a good job at least conveying that,
Here I am.
Stay there. I'll come down to you.
so while it does a good job in conveying you gotta go down, it doesn't convey a good job in how you gotta go down. So can we hit this? Nope, our sword is not that strong. So we gotta go over to Farrah because she's on a balcony. Well, we have this right here, so we can probably climb up this.
Come on.
It's too far. I can't jump it.
I know where I am. This gate leads to the baths. Do you think you could find your way there?
Of course, finding my way to the baths from here should be easy.
Good. I'll meet you there.
Alright then. So there you go, guys. We gotta go to the baths. Again.
I'll just ask the first sand creature I run into. Could you direct me to the baths, please? Well, thank you. Don't mention it. I used to be a bath attendant back when I was alive. I'll meet you at the baths. She orders me around as if I were a servant. It's my own fault. With women, you need to show them you're in charge right from the start, or they'll walk all over you. I've been too indulgent. Probably because I felt sorry for her. Well, it stops now. From now on, she'll have to toe the line. That is, assuming I can find her.
Alright, Prince, whatever you say, my dude. But yeah, no, I mean, it makes a decent use of perspective, but it could be better. Oh. This area. Okay. So this area I remember vividly. This is one of 3 areas in the game that I remember, well, 4 areas anyway, of the Sands of Time that I remember quite vividly. It is, well, when we get down into it, I'll explain more, but just know that I remember having a hard time with this area. Right? You can't jump into the flag. It's right there, but it's not grabbable, so. All the way across. And there you go. And into a vision. Than just a shot of Farrah. But yeah,
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
while I do think the Sands of Time do a good job in making use of perspective and making use of different camera angles, there are some times when I think the level design doesn't 100 back it up. So having the ability to use the rewind feature does help. It does help. So at the very least, you can see that as them compensating for these level design moments. But with a sharper, more crisper game, boys with modern consoles now, at times recording, we're up to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch. Not to mention Steam and any number of 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 right, I forgot about this. Okay, so you can't fall down because if you fall down, you die. So you're gonna have to go across here and go back across here. So yeah, this is basically a platforming maze. You're trying to figure out how to get over the best you can. Well, I said, well, trying to figure out how to navigate the maze to get to where you go. And it's honestly it's a decent idea. But yeah, going back to it, it makes a good use of perspective, and I hit the white button here to make my perspective a little bit easier. Gotta lock yourself in, go straight, and right here. Now, I believe that you can't actually do that, right? No, you can. That's what I know. But yeah, no, getting back to it, it's like I feel like the perspective could have been a little bit more defined to at least help alleviate some of the issues with the platforming. But the rewind mechanic does help compensate for it, and by now you should, assuming you are assuming you are grabbing all of the sand clouds in order, should be the operative phrase here. You should have enough um, retries to make this with no issue. Now here's where the hard part comes. We don't have ferret anymore. So you're going to take some cheap shots here. You do have directional aiming with regards to your attack, and luckily the prince does shimmy a bit, so you can handle, so you can get a better idea what you're doing. But you do not have you do not have a block, so you're probably going to end up getting cheap shotted. It's going to be 100% with you. You're going to get cheap shotted by these birds. I don't think I've ever been able to do this part by getting ganked. Just by sheer virtue of the fact that you are going to get cheap shot. But once they're gone, so you can do the platforming no problem. But yes, this is the hard part because you are doing a lot of tricky platforming across tight ropes, which I don't think I've ever played a game that did this since. I've never played it before or since. This is honestly one of the more unique aspects of Prince of Persia. I don't even think the Prince of Persia sister series Assassin's Creed does something like this, or if it does, feel free to sound off. But from what I've seen of that game series, the kind of platforming that it's doing right now, I haven't seen it done. I think I want to say there's a difference between from what I've seen of jumping from like spire to spire, pillar to pillar. I think it's a little bit different than having to navigate a tightrope really, really slowly and carefully, as opposed to just running across like it's just like you're running on air. I think it's a little bit different. Okay, so now that we're down here, we've opened the ladder, so we're basically just trying to navigate this entire area in order to open the gate. You may have saw there's a sand cloud over there. Well, that does mark the way we need to go. Okay, so there's nothing in here, and this is closed. So we can go into here if we can get this gate open, and there's a timed latch. So go down here. Thought that fire something important. It wasn't. This lowers the gate, and this opens several gates and lowers several others. So now we're going to deal with these heroes that we saw in our vision. I haven't been pointing it out very often because I'm not, because even I'll admit, even to this day, I have a hard time discerning exactly where certain spots of the visions are, because they do pass by really fast and they're in a sepia tone that is really hard to define sometimes. I only recognize them now, barely, because I played this game so much as a kid, and it's such a striking and unique game in my mind that when I go back through and I look at the visions, I can piece it together a little bit more succinctly. Yes, when I was a child, a child sounds so freaking old. When I was younger, I was able to recognize that, oh yeah, this was from the vision, this is where this is from, and I was able to piece that together slightly, but not enough to where it's like, oh wow, that is actually really clever. No, I was never that good at it. Also, if you close this gate, you didn't get the sand cloud, you can still get it, just gotta go through that hole in the wall. Just something to keep in mind. Now you may be wondering, why would this show us that? Show us the gate opening. Okay, I think I messed up here. Why would it show us the gate opening if we only need to go through that door? Well, that's because it's not that simple. Okay, so I lost where the ladder was, so you want to go around here because it does block off the way a little bit, but go around this side, get back up the ladder. You should have plenty of time to do this, but you are going to have to be very careful with your positioning. And make sure you got your platforming on lock here. So yeah, basically you're just trying to get over to that gate before it lowers to a point where you can't run across it. Not gonna lie, I kind of forget how you got across this beam to the other side for a moment there. So yeah, you're just trying to get over here before this lowers too fast. And do this. We get the sand cloud. And boom. Kind of a beginner's trap because it makes you think I go straight through the gate. No, you gotta go up here. Grab this. Opens a ladder that I believe you get back through fast enough. Nope, not fast enough, but actually, no, I don't think it really matters. No, it doesn't really matter. I think what you actually have to do is, if I'm correct here. Nope, I am incorrect. Sorry, I could have sworn that worked. I didn't jump across. No, I think what you just gotta do, I think you just gotta go back down. There should be a ladder over here, right? Right? Is that how you do it? I don't think you can jump across that, can you? Nope, nope, you cannot. Okay. Yeah, going back to that. The visions I remember, I can kind of piece together because I played this game so much as a child. I think I played it like 5 or 6 times when I was a kid. And it is a hard game to play. It is a hard game to play, and it takes a lot of endurance. Let's say a lot of endurance. Do I have this lined up right? This might actually work. Yes, it does. Okay. Actually, it barely works. You know what? I'll take the hit. I will take the hit because wow, oh wow, do I not remember how you get down from there. I think you're supposed to... Maybe you're supposed to drop down. I really don't know. No, you don't have to go through the platform section again. You can just kind of go straight through the door. Head up this ladder. And then you can hit the button. But before we do that, okay, well, camera made me do it anyway. Look around. I see you. Nope, nope, nope. Messed that up. I think I actually missed this one my first time through. Yes, I missed this. I definitely missed this. Because I didn't think to look for the wall. Man, younger me was an idiot. Now the thing is, I do believe you actually do come at this fountain from multiple different angles at one point. I think you will go across every bridge in here at a certain point, but they do it in such a random order that it honestly feels like you never do go through the other bridges. And by that, our bar is full again. Just to take one last look around, just in case. No, we're good. Okay. Okay, come on. Thank goodness he just kind of goes down the slide like that. And with this, we're going to call it a part, actually. No, wait, give me a sec. There should be a save point up ahead. You know what? Nah, we're going to call it a part here. I've been Anansi, you've been awesome. And in the next one, we're going to continue onwards until we can reach the pass and find Pharaoh again. Deuces.